We're on it, dude.
News, JakePaul has been arrested.
We got him, guys.
Yeah.
We got the guy that did the serious thing.
I thought it was a bitch move. I really did.
JakePaul arrested after attacking Anthony Joshua at the press conference sent shock waves through the boxing world. AJ, already injured and hospitalized from the incident, faced an unimaginable pre-fight nightmare. Paul's reckless aggression didn't just create headlines. It forced police involvement, stunned fans, and left the boxing community questioning how this chaotic event will affect both fighters' focus, reputations, and the upcoming showdown.
Paul, did you call Jed right now?
Yeah. No, I got it. Wait, what is going?
JakePaul's press conference stunt reached peak chaos when the police had to step in. Arrested after attacking AJ, Paul somehow turned a publicity stunt into a courtroom drama. Fans are laughing, trolls are feasting, and the boxing world is stunned. AJ's calm contrasts sharply with Paul's meltdown, proving once again that YouTube antics don't translate into real fight readiness.
Wonder why you would do that.
Strange, isn't it?
Probably the guys.
JakePaul calling in lawyers after his press conference meltdown feels almost comical. The YouTuber went from throwing slaps at AJ to dialing up legal firepower, turning a boxing incident into a courtroom saga. Fans are mocking the audacity, and the boxing world is left wondering if Paul's antics are about fighting or just another episode of JakePaul chaos.
No, but that's really, really right for him to think of and plan doing something like that.
Yeah, because we see things happen.
JakePaul just keeps digging his own grave. Another arrest proves he is more clown than contender, while the boxing world watches real fighters train and focus. Paul is busy making headlines for all the wrong reasons. This circus act has zero discipline and zero respect. Every stunt makes him look smaller in the sport.
So he get that straightened out and he get back to focus on his family. And
JakePaul's reputation is crumbling fast. Nobody seriously expects him to survive a real fight. Every stunt, every slap, every headline screams amateur hour. His confidence is all fake hype. Fans and fighters alike are ready to see this clown fail spectacularly. Pressure exposes him and his weak, chaotic approach.
He can't fight. I'm not saying he's rubbish, I'm not saying he's useless, but we will see how good he is. And if I'm right in what I'm saying, he'll quit.
JakePaul has turned his career into pure entertainment for all the wrong reasons. The drama he creates is childish and reckless. Real boxing fans see a clown trying to act like a fighter. Every stunt at the press conference, every slap, every arrest makes him a joke. The sport deserves better than this fool.
I do feel that's maybe what the sport doesn't need, and yet many people are saying, no, it's great, you watch it. Everybody wants to go to that.
Eddie Hearn doesn't hold back. JakePaul's ridiculous antics at the press conference were not just reckless, they were absurd. He attacked Anthony Joshua like a misguided child, thinking this stunt would make him look tough. Instead, he exposed himself as a complete fool in front of the world. AJ stayed composed and professional, highlighting the huge gap between a true champion and a headline-chasing clown. The boxing world is stunned as Paul's ego-driven chaos overshadows any legitimacy he has, proving he is all hype, no skill, and the ultimate embarrassment for anyone calling themselves a fighter.
Listen, we've seen worse, you know what I mean? But lively, and what followed actually was one of the few times that I've seen Anthony Joshua unravel, if you like, because normally he's very composed, but you can't be composed when a man's talking to you.
Johnny Nelson doesn't mince words. JakePaul deliberately poked the bear, knowing Anthony Joshua is a lethal force when emotionally charged. Paul's stunt at the press conference was juvenile and reckless, exposing him as an unprepared, overhyped clown. AJ's composure under pressure only highlights Paul's utter lack of maturity and professionalism. This stunt wasn't clever, it was foolish. Fans and fighters alike saw Paul humiliate himself, turning a potential career highlight into a circus act. Every move he makes now screams amateur hour, proving he's more interested in clicks and drama than actual boxing. And the world won't forget it.
When AJ boxed Dylan White, getting him emotionally involved, it's a big risk because we've seen a nice AJ knock people out, so what happens when he's a nasty AJ?
Simon Jordan doesn't hold back. JakePaul crossed the line completely with his press conference stunt. Unlike seasoned fighters, Paul's actions were chaotic and pointless, making him the laughingstock of boxing. This wasn't bravado. It was childishness. And the world saw a grown man throwing temper tantrums in public. AJ's calm and collected reaction only amplified Paul's embarrassment. Every video clip of this circus makes him look like a wannabe fighter desperate for relevance. Security and law enforcement had to intervene because Paul couldn't control himself. He has officially replaced respect with ridicule, turning every stunt into a public lesson on how not to behave in boxing.
I mean, how many times have we seen boxers do things that they shouldn't do? You know, we saw Derek Chisora spit on Vitaly Klitschko.
We didn't need that.
I'm not offended by it.
But you don't need tables.
Johnny Nelson doesn't mince words. Jake Paul's morning stunt was beyond reckless and completely unprofessional. Attacking AJ right before a fight isn't bold, it's moronic. He endangered himself and others, turning a simple promotional event into chaos. The boxing authorities now face a mess because of Paul's foolishness. Fans are shaking their heads as this clown continues to prioritize attention over skill. Every headline reminds the world that Paul is more hype than substance. A YouTube prankster masquerading as a fighter. AJ remains the professional, while Paul's antics keep landing him in embarrassment and legal trouble.
To make the way how he's done it, you know, on the morning of a fight, it's just wrong. It's dangerous, and the board are now in a situation where they think shit. So I don't know how they're going to deal.
Adam Smith's observation couldn't be more accurate. Jake Paul's chaotic stunt at the press conference proved that nothing about him is predictable in the ring or outside it. The man literally forced himself into headlines with nonsense, throwing punches at a world-class champion like he was some big shot. AJ stayed calm, but Paul humiliated himself, proving he's all hype, zero substance. Boxing fans watched in disbelief as this clown traded professionalism for drama. The unpredictability is entirely on Paul's side, but it's the worst kind. Embarrassing and dangerous. Security, law enforcement, and even his own team were scrambling to contain him. He's the textbook example of someone who overestimates himself while the world laughs at his antics. Paul has officially turned a promotional moment into a public nightmare.
You don't know what's going to happen because it's different on that day than any other day. It just sort of scripts go out.
Spencer Oliver doesn't hold back. Jake Paul has firmly cemented himself as a walking joke in the boxing world. The press conference fiasco was not just reckless. It was an exhibition of pure cluelessness. AJ could have ended it in seconds, but Paul's desperation to stay relevant turned him into a meme. He attacks a true champion and ends up humiliated with the world watching him stumble through legal troubles and public backlash. His antics are a mix of ego and incompetence, proving he is nowhere near the level required to step in the ring seriously. Paul's brand of hype over skill is collapsing in real time. He may think he's entertaining, but in reality, he's embarrassing himself while the sport shakes its head at this clownish behavior.
It was a life or death struggle with a guy that is clearly...
Tony Bello hits the nail on the head. Jake Paul might think he's a contender, but he's a glorified amateur playing with fire. The press conference attack only amplified his incompetence. Going after Anthony Joshua was insane, and now he's facing law enforcement consequences. AJ, a true champion, remained composed while Paul looked like a desperate, overhyped YouTuber acting out for clout. Bello's words emphasize the skill gap. Paul isn't even in the same league. Age, experience, and professionalism aren't things you can fake. And Paul's chaotic behavior proves he's all spectacle, no substance. He might survive a media storm, but the boxing world now sees him for what he really is. A foolish clown trying to punch above his weight and failing spectacularly.
There's like 27 to 33-year-olds who are like, fuck Jake Paul. And then there's the parents who really be f***ing with me. I love you.
Duke McKenzie doesn't hold back. The press conference attack and Jake Paul's subsequent arrest perfectly illustrate the danger of letting a reckless, unprepared fighter step into the limelight. AJ could seriously hurt Paul. And this isn't even speculation. It's an obvious truth. Paul's overconfidence led him to physically confront a world-class athlete without thinking about consequences. The boxing world is torn between the commercial draw of this circus and the very real safety risks. Paul's antics have put everyone on edge from promoters to referees, turning what could be a showcase fight into a high-stakes disaster. He continues to humiliate himself, proving he's more of a YouTube spectacle than a credible fighter, and the world is left watching a train wreck fueled by ego, stupidity, and poor judgment.
Anthony Joshua goes into this fight with Jake Paul on a serious level and catches Jake Paul with a serious punch. He will do far more damage than that. So, from a health and safety perspective, I hope the fight doesn't happen. But from a commercial perspective, the fight has to happen because this fight generates...
Johnny Nelson doesn't mince words. Only a fool would seriously back Jake Paul after the press conference debacle. The public sees him as a spectacle, not a threat. He's a clown chasing headlines, now facing arrest, and the world is watching him implode in real time. AJ's calm professionalism contrasts sharply with Paul's chaotic, immature antics. The odds were never in Paul's favor, and his own actions have made it worse. Fans don't expect him to succeed. They expect humiliation. And the press conference stunt delivered. Every viral clip, every news headline tee. And now, every legal document adds to the mountain of proof that Paul is a hype-driven performer with zero credibility in real boxing. He's a walking cautionary tale, and the world is laughing.
I don't really think he's going to do it. So you're going to watch this to see, most people watch this to see Jake Paul get his arse given to him.
The press conference fiasco and Jake Paul's subsequent arrest have left the boxing world reeling. AJ remained composed while Paul's antics turned him into a global laughingstock. From reckless attacks to legal trouble, Paul has proved he's more clout-chasing YouTuber than legitimate fighter. The public, fans, and experts alike are united in disbelief, questioning how he's allowed near a true champion. This isn't just about one slap or one arrest. It's a glaring display of immaturity, ego, and poor judgment. Anthony Joshua's restraint highlighted the stark contrast in professionalism, skill, and discipline. Paul's reputation is in tatters, and the sport won't forget this anytime soon. Now, it's your turn. What do you think should happen next? Should Jake Paul be banned from fighting real champions, or does he still deserve a shot in the ring? Comment your thoughts below and join the debate.